San Antonio is now one of the least affordable cities in the United States. We're going to go over the cost of living in San Antonio, from energy bills to groceries to areas, just so you know what type of bills you're gonna have every month. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to save money with the cost of living here in San Antonio. The San Antonio Current reported that San Antonio is now among the 10 least affordable US cities for renters, according to the new research by Online Mortgage Advisor. Literally, as I was recording this video, I went to the MLS and I saw that rents are actually going down because of this new market shift. San Antonio average rents in July was $1,908, and in August it's $1,888. Now, if you watch my other videos, you can see that there's a lot of multifamily and apartment complexes being built all around the downtown and outskirts of San Antonio. Affordable housing has always been a problem in San Antonio, but the cost of living is still way less than the national average. The overall cost of living in San Antonio, Texas is 10% lower than the national average. And not only for monthly expenses, but also the entertainment. Restaurants, you can do a lot of things for free. There's a lot of parks, and there's a lot of new developments that aren't very expensive. And there's so much to choose from, which doesn't cost you anything. The cost of housing in San Antonio is 24% less than the national average. The cost of healthcare is 7% lower than the national average. Utilities 5% lower. Transportation costs are equal to the national average because our transportation needs a lot of work. We're gonna break down the cost of living, and starting with the most important is the energy. On average, electric users in San Antonio, Texas spend about $270 per month on electricity, adds up to $3,240 a year. That's 17% higher than the national average. And for you nerds out there, that's a little more than 7 cents a kilowatt. CPS Energy is the main source of electricity for San Antonio and gas, even around the surrounding areas. A client was nice enough to share their energy bill with us so I can show you exactly what they're paying a month in the dead of summer. This energy bill is in an older home or built around 1970, about 2,200 square feet, and they're paying $413 with a family of 4. My San Antonio came out with an article, "It Pays to Live in San Antonio, How Much Residents Spend on Bills Each Month." In this article, it actually has a breakdown on the average bills people spend a month. They did forget a couple things. One, most importantly, is the groceries. In here you have mortgage, rent, auto loan, auto insurance, utilities, healthcare, life insurance, cable, mobile, and alarm. Since this article came out, the rates have doubled, so I would add to the mortgage. Residents in the San Antonio and New Braunfels area spend an average of $1,875 per month on bills, which is slightly less than the national average. When it comes to Texas metro areas, San Antonio ranks 8th out of 70, last among the major cities. Austin is the most expensive, but who wants to live in Austin? For funsies, the highest average bill in the United States goes to San Jose, California at $3,080 per month. No thank you. Another huge factor in affordability is the property taxes. In my worst areas video, I talk a lot in detail about property taxes. One big takeaway is the highest property taxes are in Bexar County. It looks like Bexar, but it's pronounced Bear. Balcones Heights, it's inside Bexar County, and it's 2.86. You also have Castle Hills, which is inside Bexar County, is 2.62. Then if you go outside of Bexar County, like in China Grove is 2.1, Cibolo is 3.2. Inside Bexar County in the city of Converse is 2.68. If you're inside the county, then you're going to have more amenities, closer to work probably, but you are gonna pay more taxes. Now let's look at a little more real numbers with unbiased opinions of local people that live in the area. Patricia Ashley has a 2,400 square foot home. Her energy bill is about $300 a month. AC is set 72 and then 68 at night. Water is about $80 to $100. Jesse Bulgarian says un chingo. Monica Esquivel pays $493 a month for electricity for a 2,400 square foot house. Highest she's paid in 16 years. Thank you, inflation. If you already live in San Antonio, let us know in the comments what you're paying a month and what your square footage is, because people need to know. Eric Lee says $135 with air set at 76, averages 2,000 plus square feet, but he does have solar panels. Lexi is 2,100 square feet, CPS is $350, and the water bill, which is San Antonio Water Systems, at 70, kept 77 to 75. It's all pretty much averaging out to something very similar. I went ahead and shopped for you guys for an imaginary 2-person who's going to the local HEB, which is the biggest grocery chain in San Antonio, and I loaded up my cart with things that I think people would normally buy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is about a week's worth of groceries. So I've averaged out all the comments here locally, and this is what you get for the cost of living in San Antonio. Per week is about $147. That's gonna be $589 a month, $200 on average according to the CPS Energy bill website, $50 a month in internet, $100 in cell phone, $500 in car insurance. Total is going to be about $1,509 a month, but that does not factor in if you're renting or if you're buying, the areas you're buying. There's a lot of variables in where you live that are going to affect your monthly expenses and the cost of living. And also how much you go out. Speaking of going out, still haven't found good Chinese food, but I did try some poke ramen, which is excellent. So the final thing to add to your monthly expenses is what would a house payment be if you decided to buy in San Antonio? So I took the median house price in San Antonio and I added the taxes, principal, interest here on the NerdWallet calculator. For a home price of $335,000, you do a 10% down, property taxes about 2.2%, homeowners insurance $100, total payment of $2,556. So now that we add the house payment in there, the total comes out to $4,065 a month. Let me know what you think about the affordability. Tip number one, live closer to work. If you have to drive to somewhere, there are lots of neighborhoods that are built around subdivisions and big companies. And a lot of these subdivisions that are around San Antonio have schools inside the subdivision, so you don't have to go far. Tip number two is look for things to do that don't cost a lot of money. Going on the Riverwalk, going to the Pearl, the farmers markets, those are all free things that San Antonio offers that I highly, highly recommend. Tip number three is to look outside the county. There's so many towns around San Antonio that's literally a 10-minute drive to San Antonio where you can cut your tax rate and buy more house. Tip number four should be to watch where you put your air conditioner because all houses have central air. But screw that. It is hot AF in San Antonio, so use your air conditioner all you want. Tip number five is if you can, try to work from home. Everything is very spread out in San Antonio. That's one more way you can try to save some money. Bonus tip number six, you can eat Mexican food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and there are great prices. One more thing, if you're looking to move around San Antonio, our team would love the opportunity to help you. Please reach out.